What's going on, YouTube? We need to talk. I just got a vasectomy, and let's just say it didn't go like I thought it was gonna go. We got a lot to talk about. We're gonna talk about what is a vasectomy, what is the procedure, what you can expect, just how effective is a vasectomy. We're even gonna talk about some of the myths regarding this procedure. We got a lot to talk about, guys. Let's get started. Statistics. I'm a huge sports fan, so I really like to look at the stats whenever I can when it comes to different procedures or different medications. Did you know 50 million men have had a vasectomy? Did you also know that about 14% have been white men, about 5% Hispanic, and about 4% have been black men? As a whole, we really need to step those numbers up, so I'm hoping I can educate you a little bit about vasectomy and let you know my own personal experience so you can see if this would actually be good for you. When it comes to vasectomies, a lot of it is covered by insurance. If you're going out of pocket, this procedure can cost you anywhere between $500 to $1,000 compared to $6,000 for women to have their tubes tied or a tubal ligation. So really price wise, this is a smarter financial decision for us to actually get a vasectomy, but we're going to talk about a lot of these stats coming up. What is a vasectomy? A vasectomy, in very, very simple terms, is a procedure that stops sperm from entering semen, which leaves a man infertile. So which means that you don't have the ability to actually produce a child anymore. So in simple terms, it's a procedure that stops sperm from entering semen, which leaves a man infertile. Here we're gonna dive a little bit deeper, even though I did just give you a very simple explanation for it, but I wanna let you know a little bit about the tools of your trade, which means your sexual organs, basically. You have the penis, you have the vas deferens, the epididymis, the testicles, and the seminal vesicle. So those are your main 5 tools of your trade. So we're gonna dive a little bit deeper here. Just keep up with me, okay? Well, let's talk about the ejaculation process, a process I know a lot of you guys have never ever thought of, but let's go there. So whenever you actually stimulate it, you have an erection, and at the moment you're about to have an orgasm or actually climax, there are a few things that happen inside your body that happen extremely fast. We're gonna talk about a lot of those right now. Okay guys, so whenever you're about to ejaculate, I want you to imagine you have your testicles, which this is not a life-size version of my testicles, but you have your testicles here. You have your epididymis, which actually wraps around the testicle. Whenever you ejaculate, the epididymis actually contracts and it shoots the sperms up the vas deferens. So your vas deferens is like a highway that goes up to your seminal vesicle and your prostate. So again, you have your testicles, you have your epididymis. When you're about to ejaculate, the epididymis contracts and it grabs those sperm, shoots it up the vas deferens into the seminal vesicle and to the prostate gland. Okay, so what happens when the sperm actually reaches the prostate gland and the seminal vesicle? The prostate gland and the seminal vesicle actually mixes fluid with the sperm to create what we call semen. So again, once the sperm actually reaches the prostate gland and the seminal vesicle, they mix fluid into the sperm to create what we call semen. Okay, so once you actually have the semen, which is a mixture of sperm and fluid coming from the seminal vesicle and the prostate vesicle, it needs to get out of the body. Remember, you have a urethra which runs down the middle of your penis. Surrounding that urethra is muscles. So the job of the urethra is to contract. The muscle surrounding the urethra contracts very quickly to shoot that semen out of the penis into the vagina. All of this happens at around 28 to 30 miles per hour, which was a crazy fact when I actually learned it. So that is the ejaculative process. Okay, so now that we know the ejaculatory process, we need to actually make it relate back to the vasectomy. A vasectomy is a procedure that cuts the vas deferens. If you remembered earlier, I told you that the vas deferens is the highway from the epididymis to the prostate gland and the seminal vesicle. So a provider will snip that vas deferens so that the sperm can never ever reach the seminal vesicle and the prostate gland so they can actually get shot out. You do still produce sperm, it's just that the body self-absorbs it back from the testicles. Okay, so now that we got a lot of the science behind the ejaculatory process and exactly what is a vasectomy, I want to tell you exactly what you should expect during your procedure. During your procedure, your provider will probably have an initial consultation to make sure that a vasectomy is the right thing for you. Once you're done with the initial consultation, the procedure itself takes about 30 minutes at the most. So the procedure is basically two small incisions are made on the testicle so that the provider can actually get to the vas deferens. They'll snip it, they may burn the ends of it, and then they put it back in. It's that simple. The procedure takes about 30 minutes. Like I said, you should be able to go back to work with no issues, no problems. That's what they tell you. Now we're gonna talk about how did my procedure go. Okay, I did forget to tell you guys that there are two types of vasectomies. There's a conventional vasectomy and a no scapula vasectomy. The conventional vasectomy actually uses a scapula. There is a longer healing process and it's a more painful procedure, just being honest with you. The no scapula procedure is very quick, it's very effective. That's the one that I would definitely recommend. So in my mind, there's only one type, but again, technically there are two types of vasectomies. Okay guys, so we got all of the science out of the way, all of the man of health things out of the way. Let's talk about exactly what was my experience with this. Okay, I'll be honest with you guys. The procedure was great. The clinic I went to was amazing. The provider was great. I think I made myself worry more about the procedure than it actually was needed. I was a little nervous going into it. Again, I had never had anybody in their life cut on my testicles. I'm just being honest with you. I had never let anybody in the world cut on my testicles. I don't know about you. Maybe you partake in the cutting of your testicles, but myself, me and my boys have been together for life. For life, you hear me? So I think a little bit of mine was more nerves. Again, the procedure was amazing. Everything went great. So I would definitely recommend this procedure to anybody, but get the nerves out of the way. Now, post-procedure, having to wait a week to have any sexual activity or any type of weightlifting or any type of heavy lifting was definitely tough for me. You do have to wait that week to actually get back into the groove of things, but the procedure itself was amazing. I think that this is a must do for anybody who's trying to think about infertility options for them and their significant other. I would definitely recommend a vasectomy. It's cheaper than a tubal ligation. It's a 30-minute procedure. It's nothing, guys. So Man of Health would definitely recommend a vasectomy. Again, get the nerves out of the way. It's definitely something I would recommend, something you need to get done. I cannot wait to see you in the next video where we dive deeper into another Man of Health topic. I'm Chris from Man of Health channel. Let's get started on the next one. I'll see you on the next one. But again, vasectomy is definitely something you guys need to do. I'll see you in the next video.